Session 3. But last session, just to get you guys all caught up here, the group, ambushed by phase spiders, managed to fight their way out, sustaining several injuries, but ultimately were victorious, despite the tricky blinking in and out of existence that the spiders did. Blake found a familiar string of pearls, showing that someone from Stanton had indeed been to this area, and poking around the wall with the symbol of what they have come to recognize as the goddess Anasi, or cult goddess Anasi, we can call her, vial of poison in front of the spiderweb. However, the group was unable to break down or open the secret door, despite their best efforts, and resigned themselves to tracking down the command word like they were told to. They returned to the Thieves Guild. Blossom encountered someone who she thought was the god that she reveres, Sham the Scam God, and purchased a stick of invisibility, and was gifted an odd ring and her gold back. Before the group could confront him, he disappeared, and Rivulet returned, giving them a map and some information on the Salston embassy. They went to scout it out, and they buttered up a guard for information and formed a plan. Exhausted, the group returned to the guild at about 4 or 5 p.m. to turn in, but were planning to sleep and maybe set off early. They weren't quite sure yet, and they encountered some strange dreams and some strange words in their head. Intriguing. And that's where we're going to pick up, with you waking up from your dreams in the dark of night. Asmodeus, it is weird enough that you dream in a trance, but when you come to, you somehow ended up laying on the cold ground. Your body feels drained, your mind battered, and you reach up to wipe some liquid off your face and notice that your nose is bleeding. You did get your long rest, but you do have a point of exhaustion.
Okay.
The rest of you come to as well. Several others of you experiencing weird words in your brain. Blossom having a dream that shook you to your core. You wake up. Evening, because it's like 1 a.m. in the morning. That was redundant. 1 a.m. But what would you like to do?
So it's the middle of the night, right?
It is the middle of the night. So you had talked about meeting in the middle of the night and possibly going to go check out and do your heist this evening.
Right, yes, before the party.
Right, so technically this night is like...
the pre-party night, yeah.
Right, okay. So I'm actually not sure what we should do.
So let's say for the sake of this that you guys have woken up, some of you are a little shaken, and you gather into one of your
one of our rooms?
Yeah, we'll say one of your rooms.
I guess since I didn't move, I guess I'll just come into my room.
Okay, perfect. You all had made a plan to gather into Asmodeus' room. And you find him a little bit shocked, very exhausted, and his nose bleeding.
Oh, are you okay?
No, I had a wicked nightmare, and I don't have nightmares, and I woke up on the floor, and it was not fun.
Oh. Was your nose bleeding when you woke up, or...?
It wasn't when I entered my trance, so it must have happened. I must have fallen. I was on my bed, so I may have fallen off of it. I don't know.
Oh, weird. I mean, I had a good dream, but you don't need to talk about that.
Please, go on. Please share.
I'm just gonna look around. Is anybody else injured? Are we all good?
So you didn't sleep very well, Blossom, but you're not injured. The other two seem fine. Maybe a little shaken.
Alright, so are we gonna go to the place tonight, or what are we doing with...
That was the plan, yeah.
Well, I guess everybody should get ready to go. Do you all have your things?
I mean, I'm in my room. I got my stuff. You bring your stuff?
Well, I always have my swords with me.
Of course, so...
Yeah.
I think we're all good to make our way. Although, are we purchasing anything?
Well, is
It is
anything going to be
1
open at 1
a.m.
This is true.
Yeah.
I mean, I broke regardless, but you can probably believe what I said.
Well, we could go look around, and if it looks too dangerous, we can just come back and sleep more.
I could use some sleep. I don't feel.
I would not
I
mind
don't feel. I don't
sleeping
feel
more
that
now.
great. So.
You know, we could go tomorrow night, but I'm down to go now. You know, we're up, we're ready. I have my swords, like, you know.
I mean, if we
we're
go
ready
tomorrow,
to
we'll have
early.
to deal with people. Huh?
I don't know. I guess we might be
And
able
the
to.
quicker
You
we
know,
do it, the quicker we get paid.
That's true. I was gonna say tomorrow they
true.
might have extra security if you
Yeah,
know, it's a
because
big
of the
party.
people. Hmm.
Okay.
But they also could be
As
setting up.
under the-
They also could be setting up said security tonight too.
Well,
so.
what if we go and if we see anything that we really don't like, we can retreat and go back tomorrow night.
I'm fine with that.
No, and then we could get more sleep.
You actually have a plan? Wow.
The plan to get more sleep. I usually have good plans to get sleep, and the heist is a little bit kind of getting in the way. But I would like to, you know, save the world. So that's, you know, I'm letting it go this time.
Oh, okay. I see.
Well, we can't stay up 2 nights in a row. So you know.
Well, you can, but you'll be legally insane. But you can.
I don't think you're actually allowed. I'm pretty sure that's against the law.
It's
Well,
not
you're-
against the law. You just be tired.
Oh, well, it
You'd
is
be
against
tired.
the law I made on my ship that I was not allowed to
But
stay up more than 2
your
nights in a
ship.
row.
But you're not on your ship, are you?
You're not on the ship, Blossom.
No.
No, you're right.
So.
Like one day I'm gonna make the change happen. You know, I'm sure there are people that will stand behind me on this.
Totally.
All right.
Asmodeus is already halfway there.
Discussion of law aside. So I imagine that this conversation is happening as you guys are bundling your stuff out
Yes.
and
Yeah, we're
walk
like
out the
walking down,
doors.
waking everyone up
Yep.
in the inn.
You're like the horrible people in college dorms.
Oh yeah,
Oh
absolutely.
yeah, for sure.
Oh my gosh. Okay. And
Unfortunately, Cosrus is not a hero here.
I'm up.
They're
You're
like,
all
"Shh,
up.
Be quiet.
Yeah, I'm up. I'm like, yep.
No, it's okay. We're leaving here. Like we don't have to deal with them if they all wake up after this. It's fine.
Well, this is where we live. This is the guild, so.
Yeah, but I mean, in this particular moment, we are leaving, so
True. This is true.
they won't know it was us. That my voice is not that distinctive, says Blossom with a very distinctive
yes.
voice.
Say.
I mean, I'm an actor, but they know me. But I don't know. We'll see. See what happens in the,
Yeah,
when we
okay.
come back.
So if we
I can talk like this.
if we go outside of the like into the street, like how bright is it outside from the moonlight?
Yeah, so you walk outside, enter out of Asmodeus's building that he lives in the guild, and kind of into the general, I think all of you actually live at the guild, but into the
Yeah.
general
I think so,
courtyard. It's a very beautiful garden in the center with a gazebo and lots of trees and stunning. You actually do see a couple of people milling around. One person in particular looks like they were attempting to read a book like under the moonlight, and it's not going well, and they're like squinting super intensely. And then you see like another couple like walking and holding hands, and then like an older person holding like their child that's walking back towards the townhomes. The night is very clear, actually. There are a couple clouds in the sky that seem to be moving towards the moon, but it's about a 3/4 moon right now, so it's pretty light out. It's not horrible. But you walk out, the guild gate is typically open, and when it's not open, there's actually like a side person gate that you can walk through, and you walk out into the streets I'm blanking on the region. Look at Zari not knowing what she named things. Okay, into the north
map
view.
for this, yeah, there we go.
Hey, look at me go. My beautifully colored highlighted janky map is
Yeah.
wonderful.
It
But
is.
you
I love it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You walk out into the North View area. You know that the embassy is kind of like over here in Promos Square.
Right.
So-
Yeah. We had to walk over the bridge.
Yup. Yes, you do.
so-
Right. I remember.
And it was all the swanky, rich area. It was
Yes,
around there.
that was the swanky
Yes.
rich area. It's a little bit, like, as you walk and you cross over the bridge, Promise Square is hopping. Like, there is casinos and,
I was gonna
like,
say, yeah,
bars
is there,
and,
like,
like,
a nightlife kind of
yeah, and, like, people are spilling out of bars, and you see a couple of girls who look like they're on, some sort of really awesome bar crawl, and, like, their
Well-
short dresses, and, like, holding their heels.
If we don't finish what we're doing, I know what we're doing with the rest of the night.
Yeah,
so.
one of the girls is like lazily prestidigitating sparks up in the air for fun, and the rest of her group is like oohing and ahhing because it's the coolest shit they've ever seen. Not calling myself out, but drunk girls are very easily amused. But as you continue and you walk towards where all the embassies are, and it starts to quiet down a bit, it seems like this area is not quite as popping. There's some like lights on still in some of the embassies as you walk by and peer through the gates, but they seem to be a little bit more subdued here, a little bit further away from the nightlife, like within walking distance, definitely, but have a little bit more privacy and quiet. So, yeah.
Quick question. Do I get the feeling that Blossom is being very cagey about her dream?
Go ahead and make an insight check.
Okay.
And then, Blossom, if you would like to, do you know how to whisper rolls?
No.
Okay.
I
Then why
are
don't
using
you...
Roll20 or D&D Beyond?
She's using the
I-
D&D Beyond click. So why don't you just in Roll20, so just in Roll20, roll me a D20, and then pick in your head Deception or Persuasion, and just add your modifier and verbally say that.
Oh, so like in the little chat here.
Yep, so just roll a straight dice there.
It's like a D20.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember how to do it. There we
You
go.
can-
1d.
Yeah.
Well, normally that little button worked, but it.
You can do the button in the bottom left of the D&D Beyond. You can just roll
Holy
a
shit.
D20.
Okay,
Oh.
so,
Doesn't matter what
Oh,
yours.
Yeah,
wow.
like, doesn't matter.
So, against a nat 20, Cosrius, Blossom is, like, blossoming in the nightlife. She's very excited. Her feet are, like, she is bouncing a little bit off her feet. And it's like that really super stoked cat tail flicking around when they're, like, overstimulated and happy. So she's having a great time, and she is hard to read. And just, like,
Okay.
as a person, she's kind of naturally cagey, but she also is, like, very verbally, like, you've picked up that she lies pretty verbally, so you have zero clue.
Okay.
So,
So I'll say to Asmodeus,
Mhm.
you had not so great dream. I had like a really weird thing happen where I remember hearing a weird voice last night. And it was 1 second. I forgot. There it is. I don't have the first few words. It said, "Did you enter my wound from another room, thrusting mine in a crowd?" Does that mean
Wow.
anything to you?
Pressing mine in a crowd? No, not to me. Mine was more of a visual, physical, kind of guttural flash of my past, and it overtook me. So no, what you said doesn't ring any bells, sadly.
My dream was also physical in a way. Blossom's gonna like call back as she just like keeps looking around.
Was
How
not.
How about you,
physical?
Blake?
Well, I didn't hear any words, you know. If you know, if that's what you're asking.
Demonstration.
Yeah, there was no talking involved.
Oh.
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 I don't think I want to hear it.
Okay, well, that's fine. You know, you might like it, but we will never know now. So
Do you want to pantomime it?
maybe later. You know, depending on how tonight goes.
I'll
Rose
hold you
just
to
kind of
that.
turns away a little bit.
I'll hold you to that. And I'll boop you on the nose.
Blossom's gonna wink at you or at Asmodeus.
Yeah, and I'm gonna boop her on the nose.
Aw. I love boobs.
Yeah. How about you, Blake?
I had a sentence come into my mind when I was sleeping, but other than that, that's it.
But you all had people talk to you in your dreams?
No, mine was more visual and guttural. Mine wasn't.
Right.
Well, I did have somebody talk to me, but
Well, somebody
mine
did
was
punch you in yours, so...
apparently so.
Well, that's okay. My dream was exciting enough.
Well, sounds like you need to share that when we get back, because we all need we all need the upper.
Did you guys all see that big tree, the other day? Or something? Blossom's just gonna try to change the subject.
The tree that we're gonna go into the place
Yeah,
with?
or
Yes.
that door, or like,
Yeah, I
look at that
marked them
tree. Or
down.
look, there's another tree,
There was a
so many
big tree behind it that led to it. Yeah.
Yeah, and so just about at this point, you guys, as you're talking about the tree, you walk up and we are very zoomed in.
Yes,
You see you walk up to the front gate of. I'll say that for the sake of this, you guys are smart enough to kind of stop a little bit back.
What's the smiley face for?
So, where? What smiley face?
On the first turret.
Oh, I don't know.
Is it-
It's cute though.
Face?
It sure is cute.
Is that when we did the pew pew with the guard?
Yes, that is where you did the
Yes.
PQ with the guard.
Wait,
So,
no, the smiley face is because you messed up building the wall.
Huh?
I might not be paying attention. I'm talking about the thing here.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah, there. Notice this wall, how seamless it is.
Oh right, yep.
Yes.
Oh.
The break in there.
yeah, you see no break. That is definitely all one wall.
Oh, sure.
Problems with my map. I'm very excited about it.
It's a great map.
The first
Thank
thing
you.
I pointed out about it, and it's only now being noticed.
Rude.
No, I noticed it, but I just like, okay, that's just a divot in the map.
Alrighty, so as you guys approach, it does seem that there are indeed the guard circuits running around on top. You do occasionally see light flashes happening, which you were able to get the information out of the guards that one
Right.
light flash means all good, and two light flashes means there's shit that I'm checking out. This is a huge area. So how are you approaching? Where are you going?
I think we wanted to go up to the big tree up here.
Okay. So are you
I think
sneaking
that's-
around? Are you giving it a wide
Yeah, I was
berth?
gonna give it a sneak roll.
Okay. So
But I don't know if who else wants to.
for
Can
this,
we just go like a very long way around to avoid the guard side entirely?
Yeah, I figured we
So-
could
Yeah,
go, to the
we
closest
could,
corner. or
After
something, and then-
about,
and then sneak over.
after about 100 feet, there's about 100 feet between the wall that you guys are, the wall that you're looking at right now, and the wall of the next embassy. There are trees and like some bushes in between and some landscaping, so it is pretty easy to like avoid. But as you approach, you will need to roll a stealth check to be a little bit stealthier.
300 in between.
All right.
So are we all gonna roll like together stealthy?
So the way I do group checks is you all roll, and I will take the average of your total roll, because you are a group and you are helping each other, I assume. So if somebody gets a really awesome stealth check, consider it them also assisting those who maybe didn't get as great a stealth check.
Right.
So, however, nat 1s and nat 20s will still have, an effect.
I got a 17.
Beautiful with your bless from earlier.
Oh no.
I got a bless.
I think we're sneaking.
Oh, somebody did.
Oh.
Okay,
Oh.
maybe not then.
No, I did have really good rolls to stealth.
Okay. Well, it added a +4.
Yeah,
A D4 for some reason.
Or why?
Okay. Maybe check to make sure you don't have that turned on. So I'm going to subtract that. It rolled a 2. So I'm going to subtract 2. Because of the 15?
I'm looking.
No, you're good. So we'll just call that a 15. So we have a 15, a 19, a 17, and a 14.
Wait,
so,
hold
An
up.
average of 16.
yup, thank you for doing math for me, but I appreciate it.
Oh.
So, as you are, you're approaching, you're ducking through the bushes a little bit. You feel like you're doing a pretty good job. Blossom's tail does like excitedly smack against a tree at some point, but it's not nearly as loud as would be a problem. And you do manage to make your way. I would say you're about like
That's what it was.
Oh. Oh, cool.
Wait, hold on then.
So you are a 17. That's okay. You still succeeded, regardless.
Still be a 16.
So you are about, like, I would say this top right tower, you're about 100 feet off in the bushes. So you are watching as a guard is currently walking along this tower right here, and he just disappeared into the tower. I assume, are you stopping and waiting for a little bit?
So we should move up to there then.
Yeah, I was gonna say yeah.
So we're all the way.
So
around
you're
here.
all up here, up kind of
Or
over here,
up
but
here.
like 100 feet away.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
I guess
and
we
the
could wait for the guard.
the
to
guard
come
is
move.
walking this way, and you know because you were watching their patrols that he's going to continue this way next.
So
So
we
we could-
can flat ourselves against the back of this wall and just wait for him to pass.
Sure. Yeah, you can take that opportunity as he disappears into the tower for a second. You rush up, flatten yourself. I'll maintain your stealth check. You flatten yourself against this building and you wait. So since you are now up against the building, I'm going to need to have one person, or if somebody's assisting, helm a perception check to see when the guard leaves.
Can I?
Or here.
I don't know.
My perception
I'll
checks are
help.
terrible, so
I can help, but could my bird help?
Actually, yeah, if you want to send your bird friend
Ooh.
up to watch.
Yeah, I did.
And then I assume that since you have a pet, you have like some sort of code of
Yeah,
like
between it.
one caw is all clear type thing.
Yeah,
So I'll say that you can send your bird up to kind of circle around inconspicuously. There we go. Got it. Nailed
Yay,
it. First
word.
try. So go ahead. Do you have your bird stats up?
I don't have.
I think we
this-
were just using owl stats.
I
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
So
Sure.
go ahead. Here, let me.
I'm not.
Boop a doop a doop.
I'm not sure.
They have. Here, I'll drop the link for you. But they
Thank
have
you.
advantage on perception, I believe. And a +3. So go ahead and
Okay.
roll that with advantage.
So am I just rolling a d20 or?
So roll a d20 twice. We'll take the higher
Okay,
and add
will
3.
do.
Mhm.
Cool. Thank you. So 2d20. Roll 1. Wow, shit. And roll 2. Both shitty.
Okay,
no.
so +3 is 8.
Right.
So it's really funny as the bird circles. What's your bird's name again? Remind me one more time. I have it written
Storm.
down, but I'm not gonna go digging right now.
No, you're
So-
good. It's called. They're called Storm.
Okay, beautiful. So Storm takes off into the sky, and it's like a solid 20 seconds, and then you hear 3 caws, and you've never established 3 caws, and you don't know what that means.
I just like whistle to bring her back, and yeah, I'll pet her. That's about it.
Okay, cool. What are you doing then?
So are the guards gone, or
Yeah,
they-
can we see the lantern from where we are, or?
Go ahead and roll me a
Maybe it's gone.
perception check.
I was just gonna say, yeah. Can we roll a
Yeah,
perception?
yeah, exactly.
So
Can I
you
help?
So for the sake of this did waste like precious seconds, but like you can definitely try again. So go ahead and roll a perception check if somebody's helping with advantage.
Persuasion.
I'm
Whoops,
helping.
that was not the right one.
No, we were not persuading the DM for it to succeed. Okay,
Oh.
so go ahead and roll one more time. Check a crit.
Oh, French.
Roll perception once more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm helping.
Okay, cool. First that, making sure I was on the right P.
Okay, so with a 22, what you notice, and from what you know about the guard routines, is typically they have one person opposite at all times. So that means that like when one person's, there's about 4 guards on the there's 6 guards on the tower, and they try to aim to hit each tower at the same time, and they go around counterclockwise. So boop a doop. So theoretically, when one guard's leaving here, another guard's going to be leaving here, and so
Right.
you're watching, and you notice that the guard that was just leaving this tower is about right here, and that
Okay.
this one is probably about right here.
So we need to get going.
So we need to get moving to the tree then.
Okay, so you book it over to the area where the tree is.
Yeah, trees.
So you do know that the tree like almost hits the wall. So you make your way over to the wall. You're staring up at about this 20-ish foot wall. What are you doing?
And we
I
can
would
see
like
the
to
tree
say at this
from down
point
there.
that I have just been hugging the wall the entire time. I cannot see.
Okay, cool.
So
Well,
Well, I
there is
haven't-
moonlight. It's not.
I have an
not
idea.
pitch
You
black
can,
outside.
yeah. So for the sake of the silent, or I would say that Blake has disadvantage on perception checks. You are not blinded. You can kind of see. It's horrendous, and I would say your vision field is about maybe 15 feet.
Yeah, but with the partially full moon, there would be like a tiny bit of like your eyes would adjust eventually. Cause
Yeah. So that's why I'm
Alright,
giving
I
you like
thought we
you can.
were in total darkness.
No, it is pretty full. So the clouds that are moving by have not like covered or anything yet. But that does mean that the guards can kind of see too. So
yeah.
So
Okay.
is the tree rooted on this side or the other side? So can we
the
climb
other
the
side.
tree?
So you cannot climb the tree to get up the wall. There is a wall. However, the tree is within like jumping distance from the wall. From
the
your
wall,
scouting
okay.
and what you
And
know.
The wall is 20 feet.
The wall
Yeah,
is
and
20 feet tall.
I think you can scurry up there
Honestly,
quickly.
what if I climb the wall and then put a rope down for everyone to sort of climb up?
Yeah, definitely. So you quickly scamper up the wall with your climb speed, putting your nails in and scurrying up. So for the sake of this, since you're doing something new and active, I'm going to have you make another stealth check. Just by your lonesome.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Ooh,
18.
good. Sweet.
Okay, sounds good. So you manage to make your way to the top. You flatten yourself on the top of the walkway. It does have about like a 3-ish foot, like a waist-high ledge on either side of it. So you flatten yourself down just for a brief second, and you hear nothing. And then immediately pull the rope out, and I'm assuming you're dropping it over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Go ahead and make a perception check to look for something to secure it to.
yeah, that's what I was about to say.
I got you.
See if there's anywhere we can tie it down to.
I would guess is it a wall that has like a square and then a flat zone, then a square, then a flat zone? Could that tie it on the wall?
And I do have 100 feet if I could
Okay.
I could tie it around myself and throw both of them down or something.
Okay. So with a 14, you actually do notice that there are like very specific, about like 5 feet away from where you are, there's actually something with which to tie ropes onto, like a little ledge thing sticking
Okay,
out.
so I can tie it to
So
that.
yes, so it seems that they occasionally put things up here and hang banners. It's like a little banner hook, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So you tie it to that pretty quickly and you drop it down. Make a separate perception check just to keep an eye on where the guards are. Okay, so with the 16, you notice that the guard is about right here, which means that the guard is about halfway to this tower right here. So you gotta hurry.
And we're halfway down. So
You drop the
Yeah.
if
rope.
I was gonna say, if I'm not sure how loud I could be, but if we could, I
If we
could
could-
possibly
we
jump
could-
back down and say should we wait for? Because I feel like I can get up and down pretty easily.
Yeah, but you
When
have
you're
a
fine.
rope hanging out
They
there.
would see the rope, yeah.
Oh no, true. I was just thinking, yeah, it might be hidden, but I think you guys should just.
What
I
are you
could
doing,
try to
Lawson?
stall them.
You do
Then the
notice.
three of you go in.
You do notice that the tree is like within very easy jumping distance. And it has very large, like full coverage, which is part of the reason why you liked that tree so much. So if you can get into the tree and hide easily enough, you might be safe.
Okay. So yeah, well I guess I'm not sure. I don't know how quickly they'll be able to climb up, but if possible, if I needed, I could like pull the rope back and hide and wait for it to come back. I'm pretty sure I could jump into the tree.
Okay.
Oh, I see what you mean.
So what are you
Or I
doing?
I think I could leave it. I don't know if anyone would really notice just a tied rope if there's a 3 foot, if there's a...
I mean, if there's a party tomorrow, they might think it's, somebody just forgot to do the banner. I don't know.
Doubt that.
What are you doing? We gotta move quickly.
I know.
Make a decision. What would Blossom do?
Oh, what's
Blossom
awesome,
would
dude?
definitely jump into the tree. At this point, I think she'll jump into the tree.
Okay,
And-
so are you leaving the rope or taking the rope?
I'm gonna leave the rope.
Okay,
Oh,
so
that's
you
first enough to get it.
you jump into the tree. Go ahead and just roll an acrobatics check for me. As you make a little bit of a leap.
Oh, as she leaps, I might as well
Parkour.
go up.
Are you going up or are you staying like Blossom said?
Oh, she'll say, then yeah, I'll say.
Okay, cool.
I'm not
So-
gonna, yeah.
With
I
a
just
15,
forgot.
you very easily enough jump into the tree. You feel like you're pretty hidden, and we'll carry over that 18 stealth as you are now obscured in the tree. You wait for about 20 seconds as you watch, you kind of keeping an eye over here. You watch him walk into here. He's in there for a good, 20-ish more seconds, and then begins to walk. Yeah, he rolled an 8 on his investigation check, so
Not a very good
not even notice the rope or seem to care at all. And he is just okay. And actually, you look at this guy, and he is off in his own little world. It looks like he's like doing stuff in his head at the moment. He does kind of stop before he goes behind the house, and you see him flash his light once, and then he continues. How far are you waiting until to signal the group to go?
I was thinking just till he's like halfway across the top part.
So, like, right
kinda
here?
around there. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. And what are you doing to signal the group?
I think I'm gonna have to jump back out of the tree.
Okay, so you jump back out of the tree. I'll carry over your acrobatics. You're a very nimble person.
Right.
And make it on. It's a pretty easy check, not gonna lie. You make it onto the wall.
Mm-hmm.
That was the word I was looking for. And peek back over. The rest of you guys see Blossom's face peek over.
Alright, I guess I'm gonna hit up
I'll just
next.
start waving my hand to pull it, and like I don't know if I can, but if possible, I can try to
So-
pull them up on the rope.
For the sake of this, it is an athletics check with advantage for the rope. And since Blossom's supporting, I will lower the DC a little bit. But also, Blossom, you're going to need to keep an eye out, because what's
Right.
going to need to happen is if they take too long, you guys are going to need to scurry into the tree to
Yep.
hide and tell the rest of
Right.
the group to hold off. Right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if I went up next, like, I would be this, I would look around it, but also help, but also, yeah.
Okay.
So the more people we get up there, the more they can look
Yeah.
around.
So who's first?
I'm right there, I guess I'll go.
Okay,
So
sounds good. So
athletics.
go ahead and make an athletics check with advantage.
1, and then, oh god, that was also that one.
Okay. So with a 12, it doesn't take you like a ton of time. Like it's easy. There's a lot of footholds in the rocks, and with Blossom kind of pulling the rope a little bit more taut, you make it up pretty quickly. You think that looking as you get up, because you have a pretty passive perception, you do notice that the guard is kind of here. You know that they're human, so they can't quite see you with their vision, but he is here and he's getting closer. So, are you going to hold? Are you going to keep coming up, or are you going to hold and hide?
I'm not all the way up, so yeah, I'm gonna
No,
hold and hide.
you are up. You're all the way up. You're on top of the tower. That's what you're picking up on. So are you guys going to hide in the tree and wait for the next guard to circle around?
Yeah,
or are you going to...
We gotta get back in the tree, yeah.
I'm gonna go back in the tree.
Okay, sounds good. So, since you are new up here, Asmodeus, go ahead and make a stealth check, and then also make an acrobatics or athletics to jump across.
We'll do the stealth first. Where are you, stealth? There you are, stealth.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I go.
Yep. And then go ahead and make an acrobatics check to make sure to see how like quietly you get across there.
15.
Okay, so with a 15, you're fine. You very nimbly land on the branch. You feel like you're very obscured in there. Blossom, are you going back in the tree? What are you doing?
Yes, I'm jumping back in the tree as well.
Okay, sounds good. I'm gonna carry over your stuff just to make this a little bit quicker. You know how to get in the tree now. You have it kind of mapped out. So you guys hide in the tree. Tell the rest of the group to hold off. You wait
I'm gonna put my bird down when we
a couple of minutes. Go ahead and make a perception check to kind of watch the guard walk by, and one of you could make it with advantage since you're helping each other out. Okay, so with a 12, you notice...
That advantage for...
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead and do advantage.
Yeah, do again. Do it again since I can help.
Okay.
Oh no, the dice god said 12. So you don't quite notice when he walks in the tower, and it's just like a moment of like the nerves of like, did he leave? Did we miss it? Is he still in there? And then you see him very visibly walk out, and actually he kind of is like laughing a little to himself. Okay. What's your question?
If my path of wisdom is above what I rolled, would that just take over it? Or...
No, it does not, because you are actively looking.
Oh, okay, yep.
So it's kind of like, I like to use this example. There are times when I'm actively looking and I roll real well, but my personal passive perception is a little bit low because I don't have proficiency in it. And so if I'm just walking into a room, things can be wallpaper. But if I'm actively looking, then it's going to make a difference, right?
Okay, understood.
So, yeah.
I'm gonna clear that up.
Okay, so you watch as he walks this way. Again, he flashes the light one time when he hits here. He does not notice the rope or care, and continues on. So at what point do you...
As soon as he is 10 feet away, I'll signal. I'll send... So as soon as he's crest, here, I'll send...
Okay.
I'll signal.
Okay, how are you signaling?
I'm going to send my bird down to pick on their shoulder to tell them they can come up.
Okay, cool. And then what are you two doing to support here first?
I was going to say, I could jump. Yeah, I was going to say, I would just do probably the same thing and jump back out and try to help.
I'm going to jump back out and help. I'm going to stay here and look around, and if you need help, I'm going to say to Blossom, if you need help, just let me know, but I'll look around.
Okay.
Right, because I do have more rope. I could do.
I can give you rope. I can also give you my rope for a second.
Perfect. So Asmodeus, go ahead and make a perception check for me, just to hold for this. Who is coming up next, Blake or Cosrius?
I can come up next.
Okay, go ahead.
If I get up, I can help.
Go ahead and roll an athletics check with advantage.
All right.
Perception. There we go. I can see things.
Hey, 21. Okay, so with the 16, it is easy for you. You are very quiet, you are smooth, and you are up there in very little time at all. And so actually, you hit the top when the guard is about right here-ish. So you're looking pretty good.
Quick,
so
Blake, hurry up. Get up this rope.
I'll help.
All right,
okay.
I'll come up. I'll come up.
Cool. So Cosrius, are you staying to help, or are you going to hop in the tree right away?
Yes, I'm helping.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I'm
going to be on lookout duty.
Or something.
Okay.
No, +2, sorry.
So, Blake, go ahead and roll with advantage. And this DC is going to be a little bit lower because you have Cosrius.
But I have the advantage thing on.
Oh, so that's a 4.
It's just the 3 and 4.
Okay. So with 4, it is taking some time. And, he's barely halfway up when the guard hits the tower. He does not seem to have seen you guys. What are you doing?
I'm gonna drop.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump back into the tree. Actually, if Cosrius is in the way, I might have to jump over the wall.
What are you doing? Make a choice, Blossom.
Oh, I just wanted to
I'm
see what
going in the
Cosrius was
tree.
gonna do first.
Okay, so Cosrius, go ahead and roll athletics or acrobatics to get into the tree.
Okay.
And then go ahead and roll stealth.
Oh!
9.
Okay, so go ahead and roll me a stealth check too, because it's kind of like the combined. Okay, so you jump, your foot slips, and it is one terrifying moment of oh shit, and then you manage to get your arms around the tree branch. It's a very large tree branch, and swing your legs up, and then like scoot back up along the tree branch, and so your horns are like just hidden by the thing, but you are now fully laying on the tree branch, and Blossom, you're like, nope, there's no way I'm gonna be able to jump back in that tree.
So I think like where the rope is, Blossom will have to like kind of jump around and try to use the rope to sort of like.
Well, you do have a climb speed, so you could just go free bouldering.
Unless I completely fall, but I'm pretty sure she can make it down.
Okay,
Why isn't my...
cool.
Oh,
I wasn't sure if climb speed goes downwards too.
Does.
Okay, then I should be fine to jump down.
Are you gonna go
That's
fully
good.
down to Silent or to Blake? Or are you gonna just like partially climb down the wall?
No,
and
I'm gonna
kinda
go all
hide?
the way back down and then let him go back up first. I'll be
Okay,
like, you
so-
go, and I'll try to help push him up.
Okay,
Maybe
so
I can,
go
like, lift
ahead.
him up a little.
Since
I
you
can
are
just teleport up there if need be.
so since you are changing like where you're hiding, I'm gonna need you to roll another stealth check. And then right at this time, so as soon as Blossom jumps over the wall, the guard comes out. And
Of
it is
course.
like right in the nick of time, and he's walking by. And oh, fucking dice jail for you. Okay. I rolled a 3. I have not rolled over a 10 on my
goodness.
investigation checks to see the rope. He does not care or even notice, and flashes the all clear right here, and then continues on his way. So, and then once he hits kind of the same point, I imagine that Asmodeus, you send out the same signal?
Yep, I send
You
the
see-
bird
yeah.
down.
Okay, perfect. So, Blossom, with your dark vision, you see Storm circle, and you know that it's go time.
Yes, okay, it's time. So, Blake, I think I can maybe lift you up a little, and then you can climb from there.
I can just teleport up there.
Well,
You
then
don't
why do
need
you...
me-
At the first, like...
It's hard to do, okay?
Time is ticking. What are you
hard to
doing?
Okay, go! And then
right,
I'm
fine,
just gonna
fine.
climb up the rope. Or, sorry, climb up the wall.
What are you doing,
Um,
Blake?
I'm going to be casting Misty Step.
Okay.
Thanks to Arc of Passage.
Okay. Sounds good.
What's that?
Cool. So you bamf on top of the wall. For the sake of it, since you did it quick enough, this guard is too far away to even notice like the little swirl of magic. Blossom, you scurry up super quickly. What are you two doing? Blake first, what are you doing?
Would it be alright if I just hop down the tower, or not tower, wall, or am I gonna go into the tree?
Who are you talking to?
Hello?
Who are you asking?
I would assume Blossom, who would be climbing up as well.
Well, I think we should try to get closer to the house before the guards come back. Sorry, I was drinking water. Blossom, I think she can just jump down the wall, because...
Yeah, you can
The tree
easily
is-
jump down the wall. Are you leaving the rope or are you taking the rope?
No, I want to take the rope with me.
Okay, cool.
If it doesn't take too long.
The guard's right here, right now. So you jump down easily, climb down easily. Blake, what are you doing?
I'm just jumping down then, I guess.
Okay. So for the sake of this, are you taking the fall damage? Are you trying to break your fall at all? Are you jumping for a tree? What's your goal?
Fucking roll.
I'm just going Oh, fuck, I scream. Okay, no, I'm just gonna have to fully take the fall damage.
Okay.
I was about
So,
to say, I'm gonna rage, but then I realized I would scream if I did that.
so you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as you kind of just hit the ground a little rough. You do get a little bit of a scrape on your hand as you rush your hand down the side of the wall trying to break your fall a little bit. It's effective. You go ahead and roll a stealth check for me.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
Okay.
Realizing I'm not putting this the right person, but that's an 8.
So where are you hiding as you duck down there?
I'm going to this tree. I'm at the base of the tree.
Okay. The guard stops right here and he goes, "Hello? Somebody out there?" Blossom, you're hiding down there.
Right, yeah. I was gonna
Okay.
say I'd probably be like under the tree. I'm not sure exactly where to
Okay.
put myself on the map.
No, you're fine. This map is huge. He calls out and he stays for a moment. He looks suspicious. But then not seeing anything else, he continues in here and he pops out here and he does like the shoves his head out the window like looking to catch someone thing. And then waits and
I'm gonna,
continues
edge around the tree
walking.
to this side.
Okay. Let me roll one more time. Okay, and with your remaining stealth check, he's goes, okay. He shrugs a little bit, and he's like, whatever, might have been a squirrel. Actually, you hear him as he walks by Asmodeus. He goes, fucking squirrels.
Oh,
And then
Yes, the squirrel.
he flashes his light once here, and then disappears behind the house.
oh gosh.
Okay, so Tasrius and Asmodeus are in the tree. Blossom and Blake are on the ground. What are you doing?
I'm gonna call
Did-
it. You guys saw squirrels? I
No,
want to see a squirrel.
there's no squirrels.
What? Get
So-
out of the tree then. And maybe the squirrels will come back.
So I'm gonna scamper
no
down
squirrels.
the tree, or you get onto the ground safely.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he's-
really want to run across to
Easily
either, like,
enough.
the corner of the
And
house.
contrary to like this image, this is a pretty dense forest. There's lots more trees. I just didn't want to like cover up everything. There's lots of
Right.
bushes. So honestly, you feel pretty safe in here unless one of you rolled like
Use my
absolutely
face.
horribly or made a
Uh-huh.
shit ton of
Trash.
noise.
Oh, you made a
Um,
fire.
Or you make a fire. You feel relatively safe in here, especially with the guard's field of vision and yeah, and your conversations with them earlier. So you do manage to reconvene. We'll say you reconvene at the base of this tree. You wait with bated breath for one more time as another guard walks by here. He flashes his light and he continues on.
Stupid humans.
Okay, where are you going? What are you doing?
Partying with a human. Hold up.
So
Hey, you're on duty right now, so you can't hear that.
So as you look at the side of this house, it does not appear as though there are any doors. However, there are a lot of windows. Would you like to see?
Yes, I
I'm
would.
casting aid.
You know
Okay.
it.
Who are you casting aid on?
All three of my allies.
Oh, I just noticed
Cool.
my.
You
Man.
will be at the top of the top right corner of it. Hold on, I'm going to reveal some. Oh, that was not what I wanted to do. Come on. Come on, reveal tool, work with me, please and thank you.
Oh.
Okay, this is gonna take me a
Everyone
second.
gets a
Oh, there it
plus
is.
5. I think.
To
Did I read that right?
what?
Yeah, we get +5 to our max HP.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so
yeah.
you guys are
Would
kind of
you-
in this. Oh no, problems. Ah!
Oh,
Okay, so you guys are kind of in this top corner right now. You see quite a few windows. I'm just going to briefly remind you that you do have Rivulet's sketch. He did
Right.
give you some clues as to what's going on in here.
Right.
so we'd be at the family quarters right now. All right.
Which is probably where the room we're looking for is gonna be, or I'm not entirely sure.
Or we're looking for a document for the word, so that would make sense.
Yeah.
Okay, where are you going?
The wrong map. Crap. That's right.
Well, I don't see my.
Can we?
Around
You have to draw. You have to drag it and drop it.
Yeah, you have to redrop yourself.
Okay, there.
Can we
yeah, I
see
noticed I don't
into
have
the windows at all, or?
I don't have my art down in the bottom anymore.
Oh, that's because your name's not. So switch your name on the underneath the chat
The
box.
as.
Yeah,
thing.
in the chat.
Yeah, I don't. It shows as Blossom or as Blossom.
There you
So
go.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
I think what happened was
Very
I
good.
changed the wrong one. Okay, yeah, I see. Good,
I'm
cool.
now the
Sorry.
really
Yeah,
handsome Janasi. You're welcome.
Mine was
Please
wrong
send
for a
me
while
that
too.
art.
That is
Me?
beautiful.
Yes.
Okay, I'll send it to you. It's actually pretty low quality, but
That's A-okay.
but Sarah said broad, and so I went broad.
Nice and broad. I love it. Also,
Me
I'm gonna
too.
head down towards this window.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow her. Just
Just
can
to
we
see if
see
we can-
inside it all, or?
Yeah, or if it's possible to kind of wrap around this bottom side so that the guards can't see us.
Okay.
Because we're in
Yeah,
we're in,
we're right in there. So
line.
if we could like get to here, kind of
Yeah.
thing, we might be able to. Or if we see them coming, we can jump around to this side. But maybe we should try to break into this window.
Or like see if there's a latch we can lift without breaking first.
Or can I see if I can see anything?
Okay,
Yeah.
so
I mean, I have dark vision too, so can we see
let
inside
me
it all?
let me know what your placement is first. So you are all tucking around over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
to
like right at the
start-
window. I'm gonna try to look.
And
in.
we're trying to see inside of here.
So to start, go ahead and roll me a group stealth check, just so I know what's going on.
Right.
Because
Oh, yeah,
there's
I
people
copied
in the
him.
house.
Yes.
Stupid people. Oh, that was terrible. That was a bad one.
Oh boy. Alright.
Okay, so we have an 8. Nope, that's a different score. That was from a different time. I'm waiting for one more then.
Oh. The one is here.
Okay, so we have a 17, a 13, a 9, and a 5. So you duck in the corner. Blossom, you're doing great. You like catch yourself, and then it's like straight up. Asmodeus, you're fine, and then Cosrius just like runs into you, and then Blake can't see. He runs directly into Cosrius, and all of this just shoves Blossom, and you smack, not through the window, but into this window over here, and you have made a little bit of noise, and you all freeze.
Yeah.
What are you doing in this moment? You just crashed into the window, and it was a large thunk.
I'm gonna quickly duck down.
Okay, what are the rest of you doing?
I'm gonna duck
By-
underneath. Yeah, is there any foliage?
Yeah, a couple of bushes.
If we're close enough to the window, I think I could duck down right under it.
I'm gonna
Then
dive.
I was gonna dive into the corner and duck down in the corner, like not in
Okay.
not in the wall, but yeah.
Cool. So for the sake of this, as you're kind of like looking in and hiding amongst the foliage, the lights do not seem to be on in this room. And it seems to be dark and quiet. You haven't heard anything in response. Blossom, you like slowly do that thing where you like creep your head up and then you like peek in a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, your little ears are poking up.
Aww.
Can I?
So cute.
I like imagine them turning out and in and out.
Yeah.
Okay, so can I see if there's any like way to open the window from outside?
Yeah.
At
Are
all,
there
I
any,
guess.
like, levers
Yeah. So
around,
here, let me
or-
also kind of show you what you see in through the window.
I'm gonna peek in with her.
You see that.
Oh boy.
You see what looks like a rug and some other stuff, and yeah. So as you check the window, go ahead and roll me an investigation check, please, and thank you.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
The window seems locked.
So I rolled a 1.
Asmodeus, if you wanted to help with this or roll a separate one,
I was going to, yes.
why don't you roll a separate one because I think this is funnier.
Perception?
No, investigation.
Oh, sorry. And negate that.
I mean, if you want, we can keep your roll because that's a.
I mean, I would rather keep it if.
Okay,
if
what's your modifier? What's your modifier?
For investigation
Yeah.
is 0.
Okay, so you got a 13 then.
Yeah.
So, Blossom, you are looking at this window. It is locked, obviously. It's not opening. But you, like, don't see a way to unlock it. It's not possible. It doesn't exist. And then,
You have to break it. That's the only way in.
and then you notice...
No, wait.
Hold on. And then, Blossom, you notice there is a box right here that looks very suspiciously like a jewelry box.
Oh, God.
There's definitely rings in here.
And then...
Guys, I need to get to that box.
And then,
have to break the window.
as you're face pressed to the window, like drooling over the jewelry box, Asmodeus, you do notice that there's a small latch, kind of at the bottom of against the windowsill that looks like it could be lockpicked from the outside.
Alright, so does anybody have any pick? I mean, I have a crowbar, but I'll pick how to use that.
Crowbar will definitely break it. That's
Yeah,
a great
make
idea.
noise. No,
I
We're not
do
breaking the
have lockpick.
windows.
Oh,
we're not,
fine.
we're not breaking
Fine, we're
windows.
breaking.
I mean, I could use arrow tips to try and make a makeshift lockpick.
Blossom, you have lockpicks.
I was gonna say, yeah, I definitely have lockpicks.
Oh,
I
okay.
whip one out of a pocket, and you guys are like, "Where did that come from?"
Well, okay, I'll put my arrows away.
Okay, perfect. So, Blossom, Asmodeus points out where this is for you. You now see it. You now
There
go,
is
oh.
a latch.
I patted on the back.
That wasn't
Yeah, we
there
don't have to
before.
break. Yes, it was.
You just put that there, didn't you? It's okay.
I patted on the back. That's really, totally I did. Just for you.
I need to get me some of those latches. They seem like they would come in handy. But
Wait.
why did you lock it? And then she just got.
I didn't.
She just
Why would I
starts
lock
doing
it?
the lockpick.
Okay, so go
Why would
ahead
I
and
lock
roll, because I don't think I had you set up a Thieves' Tools thing. So go ahead and roll a dexterity check, just a generic dexterity check, and then we'll add your proficiency bonus as a rogue, which... Oh, that's a dexterity save. I mean, that is your proficiency
yes.
bonus, so that
Yeah.
works because it's...
Yeah, I
Same
was gonna
modifier.
say yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I was
sorry,
like-
I did the wrong one.
You actually picked the perfect right thing. Oh, wait. You have a +1 on save. So theoretically, it's actually 23. But, yeah, okay. So what happens is, as she's having this conversation with you, Asmodeus, like, picking the lock, she's not even looking. She is full on having this conversation with you. Like, you just put that there and everything. And then it just, like, in 30 seconds, it's very beautifully done. She, like, picks open this, kind of what looks like a lock that's on the outside. She picks it open with her 2 lockpicks and then shoves her lockpick in through and lifts the latch up and it just and creaks open.
I give her a little shoulder hug. Good job.
Oh, thanks. Now I need that jewelry box.
Wait.
I'm gonna try to stick my head in the hole and then realize I probably have to open the window.
Yeah, we gotta open the
Hand
window,
at it.
dearie.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Gotta open it.
However we open this window.
I would guess up. It would go
Yeah,
up.
up or
whatever.
So it actually opens, it's like 2 doors, like shutters.
Oh yeah, like a
Okay,
storm
yeah.
door. Okay.
So I assume then we could open it and get inside.
Very
Fine.
easily then. Is there a screen on it?
There's
I
not
thought there
a
is.
screen on it.
Yeah. Megan, sure.
I will say I want to creep in then,
Okay, so
cautiously.
you cautiously creep in. It's very
I want
easy for
to-
you to climb in through. And you're taking a look at the box
Slowly edging
immediately.
to this table.
It doesn't seem that there's anybody in here. As you're looking around, you don't hear anything. Actually, make me a perception check to see if you hear stuff going on in other rooms.
Yeah, I was gonna come in too.
Okay. So, if you want to make a separate perception check, you can, Asmodeus. But with a 16,
Yeah,
you
I'm
don't
gonna go in right
hear
here.
stuff going on in other rooms, and it seems to be quiet and dark in here. Which is weird that there's
Well,
not someone
that sucks.
sleeping in a bedroom at 1 a.m., you know?
Uh-huh.
It is a little odd there.
Seems
Say it's
seems
even
clear,
weirder
though.
for 4 random people to be breaking into a noble's home, but hey, I'm not the judge.
Yeah. So, you see in the gem box, you open it immediately, and you see this beautiful dragon comb set. So it's like a gold comb that has like a dragon all around it with like a
Ooh,
beautiful
I like
slidey
dragons.
pin with red garnets as eyes, as well as a set of 4 rings that have bloodstones in them.
Ooh, sounds fun.
Okay,
There's 4
so-
of us.
She'll take out the first comb thing and kind of look at it and be like, ooh, and then just throw it over her shoulder behind her.
I'm gonna grab that before it leaves the ground.
And then
Mate-
pull all the rings and be like, oh my god, my rings, thank goodness, and then put them all in my pocket.
Perfect. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw, Asmodeus, to catch that. Okay, you do the comic fumble, like
Yep,
holding it straight up, and it almost falls, and then you manage to catch it by your knee, and you're like, oh my god.
This is cool. I'm gonna pocket that.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
So,
the dragon comb.
I imagine that you guys are trickling in and kind of looking around. This looks like a noble's bedroom. It is lavish. There's a plush rug under your feet, Blossom. The bed looks beautifully made. It's not even like turned down at all. There's what looks to be like a nice looking flagon over here that's probably like filled with expensive wine. You see some kind of like a cheese tray over on the table over here. There's a door
I'm
right
gonna
here.
Go grab me some cheese.
Yeah, I'm gonna creep
Leave
towards
it.
the wine and definitely drink some of that.
Okay, cool. It is.
Totally.
So,
Totally.
what kind of wine does Blossom drink? This is very important.
Probably the like worst kind of wine that's like the worst tasting kind of wine.
So, like, really, really sweet or really, really sour, cheap wine. This is. It tastes
I'm
weird.
gonna do that.
You can feel it on your tongue a little bit, and it tastes like cherries, and then it like has this after hint of like cedar that's a little odd to you, but it goes down so smoothly, and you're a little impressed.
Like, this drink's not bad. I mean, while we're here, you want to try it?
I'm gonna grab some wine and sit on my bed and drink it. My bed.
Cosrius, live a little, please. Just come try. Just come here. I'm gonna step a little closer and be like, and try to
I
like.
don't want to try the wine.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Was there a spare bottle?
No, you don't see any bottles. It was just in the flagon. Over here in this area, it looks like a gigantic wardrobe. There's kind of like a,
Ooh, wardrobe. I'm on there.
what's it called? A makeup table? A table
Oh, right.
where you put on makeup? A
Oh no,
vanity.
a vanity. There you go, vanity.
As well as a very large tub. You guys kind of know that typically in houses like these, while there is plumbing, it's not like super common, and so like even you guys in your guild area have to like go down to, like, you have to fill your tubs most of the time from the plumbing like down the hall. So the fact that there's a tub that like runs is pretty snazzy. There's a lot of like expensive looking cosmetics and stuff like that. There's 2 doors. There's one here and there's one here. What are you doing?
Nick is
I
going
I wanna
to
go
enter
with-
the room,
Okay.
see the open
And-
container, and Blossom carrying some wine, and just say,
I have the wine too.
Blossom, do we need to take everything here?
What do you mean? I'm just taking my rings that already belong to me, and I
No,
had to
you
try
don't
the
need
wine.
to take every
That's-
single ring in there. Remember, we're trying
Do
to
you
hide
want
the
one?
fact that we are here. No, I don't want one.
Oh, well, see, then it's fine.
But it's not fine.
If we're quick enough, it won't matter because we'll be gone. So, okay,
if
what
we're
are we
quick
here for
enough-
again?
He's going
We
to
gotta
notice
find the
password.
we have to find the password. So
This is an important question. Are you having this conversation at the volume you're having it, or are you whispering?
No, God.
Or
what-
Probably
whispering.
angrily whispering at each other.
Okay, cool.
Well,
My
Or
whispering doesn't
angrily
really pick up in
whispering.
Discord.
While
Good
they're
to
doing
know.
that, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you can
look
just
around for,
Tell me
like,
you're whispering. That's fine.
Okay, yeah.
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 I want to look around for like a desk, like a
Okay,
a work table
so
type of deal.
Honestly, with your perception, you look around, there's no desk in here. The closest thing would be like this little bookshelf over here, but you kind of like breeze through it, and it looks to be very like Like, you know, the classic literature pieces that you have the beautiful covers of that you really never touch, but you collected them,
Right, yes.
and they're there, and they look like the bindings haven't even been broken. So, but they're
got
like the classic
uncut
literature.
papers.
Yeah, straight up, like
Yeah.
Pride and Prejudice, Charles Dickens, so on and so forth. But, you know,
Right.
the fantasy equivalent in this world.
Right.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, the paper isn't even cut at the top.
Yeah.
These doors are closed.
I'm gonna go
Yep.
up here and then look around.
These
here
doors
and
are
see what's
closed
up
and these
here.
doors are closed.
Okay.
So,
Am I
you
imagining things?
you do have just a reminder that Rivulet did kind of label things for you. He picked up on some of that because he rolled
Right.
real well on his investigation check. So remember to use
Am I
your tools.
imagining? Oops.
Go ahead.
Am I imagining things, or is the office might be a better place to look for that?
Well, where do we? Yes, we should probably go to the office then.
So did he give us a map of inside?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's,
Kind of.
loosely drawn.
And
yeah.
do we have that to look
Yes.
at?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I made
Okay,
copies
so-
for all of us. In case.
Right. So if we can figure out where the office is, then we should.
So
The office is south of us.
yeah,
on
I was
the map.
like, I have it. It's in your character journal, and I have it
Yeah.
displayed on stream.
Yeah,
so-
I have it in another tab. So yeah.
It is
I just don't know how to see that.
pretty evident that the office is through this door, and that the rest of the family quarters are through this door.
Okay. Well, then we should check out the office. Cosmos is right. That we're looking for papers, maybe that we're gonna, have. Well, and then she's gonna Blossom will stop and be like, "What are we actually looking for?
The password,
Looking for
Like
Is it gonna
Switch.
be written down? Is it,
perhaps. I don't know.
would most likely be written down.
I'll be right back quick.
You're good.
Okay.
Okay.
So then I think can I go maybe just slowly open the door?
Okay, so
So before you open the door,
Okay.
You
My hand's on the
please-
doorknob. Go ahead.
please put the rings back.
No, sorry.
Don't need her to come in the morning to see that her container is empty.
Well, I mean, anyone could have stolen them, really.
And no, not anyone can just come in here and take.
What if? I mean,
Can take
I-
a few rings, but you can't take all of them.
I will give you one ring and then turn around and not say anything else to you. This is all you get back.
Really?
There's no more budging. I mean, we can fight. We can duel if you like.
I don't know.
Not
Doing
here.
would be worse.
Exactly. The rings are staying. And then I'm just gonna open the door.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Fine.
so
I'm gonna
you,
take the one ring and put it back.
you I imagine you shutting the jewelry box and with the one lone sad ring, and then a very tarnished old looking necklace, and just, that's all that's in there now. And then Blossom, you open the door and you see a very cozy looking office. The wood is dark and beautiful. It's this beautiful desk over in the corner, right here, as well as a sitting area that has what looks to be a pot of tea that's gone cold. The fireplace is going, but it's coals, hasn't been touched for hours. And there's no one in here. There is a door across the way.
Okay, so I want to go to the desk and then kind of whisper back this room is clear.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know if there's any doors we can
but-
open in the desk, but if there are, I will open them.
Yeah, I will open things and start looking through things.
Okay, so what I'm going to say is that you can
Quietly.
all make, for the sake of this, if you're all kind of poking around, you can all make separate investigation checks.
All right.
So Blossom's
Right.
very specifically poking around the desk. Asmodeus, where are you specifically
What
looking?
what else is is the desk? Is there drawers? Are there files? What do I
There's
see?
a-
Okay.
There's something in that corner, it looks like, too.
So as you're kind of looking around, so the desk does have, it's like one of those like rolling top desks, and you push back the top. There's some papers, they're very
Let's
neatly
check.
organized. There's a beautiful set of quills, some ink in there. There's drawers all down the side, and along those things. So
I know what I want to do. I want to check the bottom of the desk for false drawers.
okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say you and Blossom are looking together, so go ahead and Blossom roll with with advantage, since you already started rolling.
Yeah.
Is that like just do another or
Just
do
do
one
another and then we take
with
the...
advantage? Okay.
I'd
Blake,
actually like to just go to the store and hold it so
Okay.
it won't be opened.
why don't you roll a perception check for me too? Is just kind of like a lookout vibe.
Alright. I scrolled past it.
So, I'm gonna start with Cosrius quickly. So Cosrius, you're looking through, that's a bookshelf over there. There seems to be like books upon books of what seems to be trade like information. So there's like, you pull one out and it's like, so and so came in port here, out port here, this is what was left in town, this is what was sold. There's like a whole shelf of those, and then down below there's a shelf of information on the different cultures. There's some information on like family tree lines of different like royal families and so on and so forth. So you're looking around, you don't notice anything out of place, but there's a lot of probably pretty important information in here. You don't see what would be like any separate journals or anything along those lines. Okay. So, Blossom and Asmodeus, as you guys are poking around the desk, Asmodeus like slides on up under there, and just as you kind of notice that something seems a little bit weird, like where the drawer finishes is not quite as deep as where the line is on the inside. And just as you're saying that, Blossom has her paws like in that drawer, and she hears like a click noise. And it seems that there's a false bottom in this drawer.
Hey, sweet.
So
I don't know how
so
to deal with
as
a
you're
false
kind
drawer.
of looking at, so you pull things out of the false drawer. You
yeah.
poor being. My
I
house
guess
in the
you kinda, like,
future
push
is
the
gonna
bottom
have
up maybe
all
and, like, get
sorts of
under it or
secrets.
something.
Yeah, so
Right.
you actually
Yeah.
take a look at it, and it looks like there's a little keyhole in there as you kind of clear out the drawer.
So we need a key, or we can
Alright.
break it.
Yeah, I'm gonna...
Well, we probably shouldn't break it. You
No,
know,
we
I
shouldn't
mean,
break it. I mean, you can try to pick it, but I think we should try to find a key first.
or yeah, I guess we could try to just lock pick it again. I don't know.
As
Well,
you're
that's
having this
different.
conversation, voice pipes up. Mom took the key with her, so you're probably not gonna find it.
Where did that come from?
You turn around, and in the door that you came through, you see a relatively small-looking
How did we
human
not
girl.
figure that out?
She has very mousy, straight brown hair. She's kind of holding a blanket around her shoulder like a cape. And she's blinking up at you with just beautiful big hazel eyes and like cocking her head at you. She does not seem perturbed at all.
Hi. How you doing?
Sorry, what did she say again?
Their mom took the key.
Okay, so I'm gonna. Are there any other keys? Do you know? Kind of cautiously getting down on my knees to be at the level of this child.
I'm gonna scoop down.
She's like the equivalent of a 4th grader, so like 10 years old, 9 years old maybe.
Okay.
My name's Amelie.
Is
What's
she
your
here?
name?
Hi.
Yeah, she's like right there. I don't have a token for her. I don't like making children tokens because it gives me like the anxiety that they could be fought. So that's a personal DM preference.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also like Googling children character art is like a little weird.
Oh, yeah.
So
Don't
I
go
just
there.
don't wanna go
yeah. So but if a sketch of a cute character ends its way in our stuff, just saying. Anyway,
Well, yeah.
to my artist in chat. But she has a very round face, extremely intelligent eyes. She does not seem scared of you. She kind of looks at you, and she's staring at you two, like all of you, except for maybe not Blake as much because you're a little bit more human. And she goes, my name's Amelie. I've never seen somebody like you. What are you? Are you a cat?
Yes, my name's Blossom, and have you ever seen a tabaxi before?
That's what tabaxi were.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna like flick my tail at her. See, it's really cool, right?
That is really cool. And what are you? You have horn things.
Oh, not me.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I'm a tiefling.
Oh.
Cosmius.
Mama said you look like devils. I didn't realize you're pretty. You're not a devil.
Oh, thank you.
Your skin's so blue. That's my favorite color.
Oh, that's really nice.
So I feel like I'm not sure what question we could ask her.
Yes.
Maybe, do you know any secret passwords that you've heard the adults talk about? Cool, fun words, things like that.
No.
Might have to deal with like a sewer. I don't know.
No.
Are there
but
any other important rooms where your mom keeps cool things?
This is where
That you
Mom
might aren't
keeps
being
all of her, like, super cool things. Except she has a lot of really pretty rings in the box in there.
Yes, she does.
But this is where she would keep all her important stuff. I see her go in that drawer all the time that you're in. It's where she, I think, keeps her diary. She told me that diaries are private and you're not supposed to read other people's diaries. But I read
We
my
don't want to read
nanny's.
it. We just want to look at it.
there's a really bad thing that we're trying to prevent. And her writing could help us do that.
We're gonna save the world?
Exactly. You want to join
Totally.
us?
You wanna help
You
us?
could be the next part of our party.
Sure.
Cosmius
Yeah.
is dying
I'm
inside.
gonna start offering her one of my swords or
You
one of my
could be-
little
You could be
daggers.
you could be a starring character.
She takes the
my
dagger
role.
with like the biggest eyes, and then she kind of holds it, and she holds it like she looks like she's about to grab it by the like actual blade, and you're like, nope, nope, and you
Like,
turn
I
around.
could give her like a minute rundown of how to
Okay.
murder someone real quick.
Oh my god.
She's watching with the biggest eyes, and then she like holds the blade, and she like starts fake stabbing like in the air.
That's perfect.
Like-
You're so
like-
good at this already.
Is her cape like an actual cape, or is it just? A
No,
blanket?
it's like straight up a fuzzy blanket.
Okay, because it was like,
She goes,
And it's-
well, so Mama says that you shouldn't read other people's journals and diaries because it's private thoughts, but I sometimes read my nanny's.
And
And
does she have anything fun to say?
I mean, she was talking about looking for her brother a lot.
Who was her brother? Like, did he disappear? Did he?
She didn't really say. She said he left, but she was looking for him.
Mm.
And then there was a page that had a lot of bad words.
Ooh, like
So
what
I-
kind of bad words?
Like,
I'm
I
like
need her to say that.
like words that
I can say things. Okay.
So Blake, that is the first that she's like actually noticed you speak up, and she stops mid-sentence and turns and looks at you and cocks her head just like with that, like straight up, like, have you ever had a child stare into your soul? Because that is
Yeah.
what is happening right now.
What the fuck?
Like the children who know way more than they should.
And she's
she-
holding a dagger.
Yep.
Dagger. And she goes, oh, you look kind of like her.
Like her?
Like your aunt?
Like my nanny.
A nanny,
Yes,
sorry.
Blake does, and I do a turn back at him and say, "What?
Yeah, Blake.
Uh,
Come
You
to
have
the light, Blake.
something
Like,
that
come
you
to the
didn't
light.
tell
Blake.
us?"
Yeah.
I'm gonna slowly walk up. Is your nanny's name Amelia by chance?
Yeah, and it's really great
What?
because her name's Amelia and my name's Amelie, and so we're like really close.
Oh my god.
Ah.
Oh my god.
No wonder you made me put the ring back.
Yeah.
Please.
Are you okay,
Where
Blake?
is she right now?
Probably in her room. Hopefully she didn't hear me sneak out. I'm supposed to be sleeping.
And we'll cover for you.
Yeah, it's okay. You're part of our team now. We got
Yeah,
you.
you're probably right to you.
Oh god. Okay.
Blake's like having a meltdown.
Okay.
I'm good. I'm just kind of playing with the kid.
I'm gonna go over and
She's saying
and
we're
are
breaking
you
into our house.
are you okay, Blake?
I'm gonna walk up to her and just like, engage her
Okay.
while he has his breakdown.
Okay, cool. You're teaching her how to stab, and she's like stabbing
Yes,
the
I am.
plant next to her, like practicing, and the plant leaves like have all these tears in it. Okay, and as we're watching that, we pan on over to Blake having his meltdown. Carry on.
Very good.
Okay.
Okay, breathe. Take some deep breaths. Deeper. Okay, more harder. There you go.
Oh,
Okay,
some deep breathing activity.
okay, you didn't have to spit on me. I don't mind that though.
I-
So okay, so are you feeling more calm? Can you please explain to us?
I'm not feeling calm. Okay. Okay.
Okay, well, never mind then.
You should probably
I'm gonna
sit
turn to
down
the little girl and say, so tell us more about your grandmother.
and- Yeah.
Her grandmother.
Nanny is an aunt.
And this planet is just destroyed at this
Yep,
point.
this planet
I
is
would
just
definitely
destroyed.
have said grandmother with full like just tell me about your uncle.
She looks very confused and then starts telling you about like this really regal lady back at home, her other home. This is her one home. And like that way that children ramble when somebody's actually listening to them. And through this whole kind of like
fully invested in this story.
Yeah, I sat down on the floor like just looking at her.
so
like, yep.
through this whole conversation, you get the sense that nobody pays that much attention to her. And so like she is super excited about having people who are paying attention to her. So she's very happy. Anyway, pan back on over.
Cosrius lends an arm of support.
Thank you. But I don't know what to do.
You can start by telling us why you broke down.
Yeah.
Is she
You're right.
captured by her?
Oh no. Will I explain this?
Are you related?
Yes. Amelia is my sister.
See, that wasn't so hard.
I've been trying to find her for 4 years. My father
Yeah.
kicked me out of the home. I didn't have anywhere else to go besides the Salston guilds. I couldn't find her there, so I came here instead.
My sister's missing too, so I understand your plight.
I think she'd be here of all places right now. God.
I'm so glad that we found her, though. All of mine are dead, unfortunately.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, mine
That's okay.
disappeared.
Okay, Blossom is definitely still talking. With
I
the-
kind of shot that over to him, but I'm still engaged with the kid.
It's okay.
I'm
You
just gonna,
you
like,
can kind
frantically
of like lean.
pull out the sketch and look, and it's like, okay. Amelie, dear. Would you know where Amelia is right now in the house?
Yeah, in her room, probably. It's
So
right
you're
next
gonna,
to my
like-
room.
Where is your
Which
room?
is where's your room?
She points back behind her through the double doors to the other double doors.
So is anyone gonna notice that you're out of bed?
Is it just
I
John here, or
mean-
is there anybody else in the house?
Oh, there's a lot of people in the house. We have servants, but they're all over in the servants' quarters. And the other like maid that kind of lives in this area has the night off, and so it's just me and Amelia right now.
That's good.
And so, because Mama's gone, it's really weird that she's not here. But there's also
You know where
guards.
Mama went?
No.
Yeah, we saw the guards.
Oh no, like there's guards
Okay,
in
the
the
guards
house
are our
too.
friends.
Oh, great.
They know
Well, good,
us.
good. Yeah, they know us. At least one of them knows us and likes us. So
Oh, well, they like me too, I think. At least one of them likes to bring me cookies.
Aw.
What
Are you
kind of cookies?
are you a troublemaker?
No, I'm really good. I am
Oh.
super polite and precocious.
Good. Are you
Precocious.
precocious?
What does precarious mean?
I don't know. I thought I knew it.
It's really dumb.
Kind of in a dangerous situation.
I'm like, what is
Yeah,
precocious
precarious
mean?
is a dangerous situation. Yes, precarious
It's
situation.
like I don't even know what precocious means.
Right? I'm like, wait.
I explained Blossom really slow.
Okay.
No, I just have never. I don't know that word. Me,
I know
Sarah.
it's like, oh yeah, you say oh.
But
Precocious.
No, I understand. I looked it up.
Okay.
but Sarah actually had to look it up.
I'm like, wait, I actually don't know that one. I'm so sorry.
Well, good. I'm glad that you're curious and like that. So.
Yeah, but-
I'm also glad that you're a good girl, not a troublemaker.
Also, since I like you guys and we're friends now, and then she has like a moment of you just see panic in her eyes. We're friends, right?
Of course.
Okay.
You
So
have my best dagger. You better use it well.
I will stab lots more plants.
Please
I
do.
believe
They're
you.
bad. Plants are bad.
But I will tell you a secret. When so if you go in the secret drawer right there, I've spied on Mom a little bit. Don't tell her. When you go in
we
the
won't.
secret drawer in there,
Of course.
then Mom has her journal, and then she also has a key because there's a secret thing over there by the fireplace.
Oh, we found a keyhole in the drawer, and there's
Yeah.
another one across the fireplace too.
Yeah, so you'll just have to figure out how to get that open.
Well, thank you.
It's like, if
Well,
I go back
very-
to this,
very
can I
useful information.
can I try to break into it?
Yeah. Is it Ward?
Not like breaking it, but like break.
Yeah,
to
you could
open
totally
the
lockpick
key lock.
it. You could try, definitely.
Yeah, that's the word. Lockpick
I
Can
love
we
how
check
it's
it for
like
traps
three
and shit,
people.
please?
Alright.
What were you saying, Blake?
I love how there's just like 3 people just like giving their full attention to like a little girl.
It's like
Oh, straight up,
There's
you
I'm an entertainer. I have to keep her entertained. So.
you have charmed the
That's
child, and she will help you.
Yeah.
He is on our team now. She is member
Yeah, she
number
is
5.
a member of our team.
Aw.
So,
I've
Okay.
adopted her now.
yeah, I have yeah.
Tasrius,
One
you
of
can
us.
very easily kind of take a
One of
second
us.
to
One
you
of
you can
us.
even duck back into the other room to take a moment to pull out your little gem there. Okay,
Ooh.
so go
Wow.
ahead, Blossom, roll. Why don't we just do a dexterity save again? We'll just subtract 1.
In the meantime, Blake is just gonna like in
You mean for me,
and
right?
over.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Don't mind
you're
you.
you're locking pick. You're locking
That's what I
picking.
thought. I was like, okay.
I can still see you, Blake, but okay.
Okay, so a
Still see you.
13.
I have important business to do right now. Yeah.
Well,
Uh,
I'm gonna speak.
So
Wait
with
for us.
Take
with
the
a-
kid and go.
Oh no, I can do this by myself, please.
so let me start with Blossom with a 13, because it's
Sweet.
you have a +1 on saves. It's gonna take you like a little bit. You're a little distracted by what's going on. I actually imagine that Amelie wants to know what's happening, and she's like sticking her nose in it to the point that she's getting her head in the way, and you're like too nice to, you gently move her head out of the way, and then you start.
Take it a little bit.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. So it takes you a good 3 minutes to lockpick it, but you do manage to get it open. It looks like it's a pretty simple lock with an iron, one of those old iron keys. And you open it, and inside you see what looks to be a journal, what looks to be several papers, and what looks to be another key.
Okay, so I can pull all of that out, I think.
Cool. So you see there's notes that have the symbol of the now familiar symbol of Anasi. So the spider web with the vial over it, and on it is kind of the first thing you see. So
Okay, so
are you poking through? What are you doing?
well, you said there was also another spot, so maybe
Yeah,
before
she
looking
said it
through,
was
we maybe
by
try
the-
to. Yeah.
Oh,
the
yeah.
fireplace.
Yeah, it's over here. And she like takes the key from you and runs over, and it's really cute. She like trips on her blanket a little bit, and then she's like, oh, and she like corrects herself, and she keeps her fabulous cape around her, and she just
Good job.
struts a little bit more carefully, and walks up to the space and like presses her hand against it, and you hear like, and then it slides to the side, and there's a keyhole, and she sticks the key in there, and she goes, I've always wanted to do this, and unlocks it, and opens it, and she's like, it's like one of my adventure books, isn't it so cool? And you watch as, like, it opens and swings open, you see a little compartment inside the fireplace. There seems to be a scroll in there, as well as a potion that kind of glooms a bioluminescent green.
Is the scroll sealed in any way, or can I just read it, or?
Yeah, you can open it, and actually, pause for the cause. I was dumb and didn't put a link in.
Dun, dun,
One
dun.
moment. I think that you can actually cast the spell, so I think you can read it. Because if you can't cast it, you can't actually know what it is. So it's just a scroll of gibberish. But,
Oh, are scrolls spells?
yes, they are.
Oh,
They
okay.
can be, or they can just be nonsensical.
New
writing.
D&D player. It's cool. So...
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So
No, don't
if your
apologize.
class can cast it, then you can read it. Otherwise,
Yes.
it just looks like gibberish to you.
Correct.
Yeah,
So-
I didn't know that either.
Guess
so.
what? Rangers can cast it. So you notice that this is a scroll of
Oh, wait.
protection from poison.
So, I like poison. And
Okay.
is the bottle like greenish or like?
Yeah, so
the color of
it looks like a potion bottle. So like you would know very specifically that poisons are a lot more potent, and so they have like they come more in vials, like very small vials.
Right.
Where
like,
potions are less potent, and so they usually come in different shape, like bottles. The most basic is being like the like bump at the bottom and then like the narrower top, and this looks kind of like that. It looks very similar to like a healing potion bottle, but
Right.
it's a green.
Okay.
So
Well, I'm just inferring this, but this is a scroll of protection against poison. I'm assuming that's a poison of some sort. So we should handle that if we want it. We should handle it cautiously.
you don't know.
I know, but I'm just inferring.
Okay, cool.
I'm just like thinking out loud with the character to tell Blossom what I'm thinking too.
Okay, Amelie goes, poison. Interesting.
Yeah, I act out poison and then I die in front of her.
Oh no.
She like kind of
died,
pokes your
yeah.
face a little bit, and then,
Did die.
and then she notices that you're playing, and then she like palms your entire face, and you have just like child sticky fingers all over. Okay, so while this scene is happening, Blake, you are nosing towards the door over there.
Yes.
Cosrus is attempting to stop him.
Um,
Just in case.
What are you
Look, I
saying?
really need to do this. You know? It's family.
I know, I understand, but just wait maybe a few minutes. Then we can help you find her.
I'd really rather do this alone, you know. I don't think she would know you too well.
No, I understand that. Like, you can talk to her alone, but it's the getting there I'm worried about.
It's just like beyond this room. I'll be fine. Don't worry. Besides, there's like 3 people here. Who cares?
But what if there's guards?
The guards are all outside. I'll be fine.
Amelie did say there was guards
She
in the house.
She did.
Yeah.
She did.
She did say there were guards in the house.
I don't care.
All right, and with that, I assume you fling the door open quickly, but
I'm gonna just slowly open the door open.
Okay, you see a hallway that has a large double doors directly across from you. There seems to be some sort of tapestry with like a map on it right here. And then there's like a singular door here and a singular door here and then large double doors right here.
I'm gonna go to the tapestry then because I don't want to open every door here.
Okay. It's a map. It's actually a map of Salston, and you actually very specifically recognize it. You know the Beckham family, and they kind of were the lords over the region in which you lived. So it is like a map of your old home. It's very beautiful and well done.
I think I'd never be able to go back there. Alright, door number 1.
Will you actually roll a stealth check for me, both of you? Unless you would say you're forgoing stealth.
I'm not going stealth right now.
Okay.
Oh no!
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Don't worry, you are your own little group, so...
average of 12! Whatever that means.
Yep, whatever that means. Okay, so you open the door. It is very evidently a kid's room. So you see like a very, especially the spoiled child of a lord and lady who's often forgotten's room. You see a very, there's not toys everywhere. It looks like she keeps it neat, but a desk that's covered in papers and drawings. And you see like 4 books that look to be like adventure books, as well as there's like another 6 books over here and the whole bookshelf is full. And as you kind of peep around the corner, the bed is very unmade.
Sorry.
No, you're good. So, but it doesn't
So
seem to be
conclusion,
anybody's in
this
here.
is not the right room.
Conclusion. And actually, funnily enough, as you're like coming to this realization and popping your face back out, the door right here opens. And you see before you in a nightgown, she looks very sleepy. There's dark circles under her eyes. Like she kind of just woke up. But your sister.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Just freezes in place, like, oh shit. What do I say now?
How long would this have been? Because if it was like not too long, I feel like we could
We would have probably...
maybe
So
heard this. Yeah.
Cosrius definitely would have alerted you guys.
Okay,
yeah,
so
I kinda wanna go
I
up
would-
over there and listen to this.
So I would say,
Yeah.
so I would say at this moment is about when you're finishing your little scene and Cosrius is coming back in. So
Okay, so that's what I think. I could grab the journal off grab the stuff off the table we didn't look at yet, and then
Yeah,
what
I'll
is
get
going
that.
on over there?
okay,
Where's
cool.
Blake?
I imagine that you guys all walk up and peek your faces through this open door over here. As
Definitely eating. Definitely
and
listening.
Does Amelie come?
oh
do
yeah,
I-
Amelie 110% comes with you.
Does she want a piggyback ride? Does she want?
Oh my gosh, she would love a piggyback ride.
So,
She
yeah, you
jumps
do
on your
that.
back, and you are now both covered in her blanket cape. And you go forward and peek in, and she kind of Amelia seems to get very distracted by the scene. And then she looks at you, and then she looks at her charge on this random person's back, who probably shouldn't be in here.
Immediately going to corral, try to push him, get out.
And you guys all kind of back up,
Fall back a little bit.
and she goes, no, but no, Amelie, come back, get away from them. And you feel Amelie's arms tighten around. She goes, God,
Amelie, I'll be like, don't go, it's fine.
darn it, Blake, what are you doing here?
Amelia, okay.
No,
this is
here.
electric- no?
Hold on. Let's just... I assume that you don't want to be caught. So let's back in here. And she
Yes.
pushes, puts one hand on your chest and, pushes you back in through the door and shuts it behind. And then, in the way that, she was a younger sister to you, correct? Just Remind me.
Yes.
Okay. In the way that, like, annoying younger sister does. She just, like, pokes you in the chest and goes, "What are you doing here?"
They can give you privacy.
We need a
very
word
long
phrase.
story. I'm just so glad to see you. It's been 4 years. I haven't heard a trace of you since now.
Yeah.
Hug?
You see just, like, a whole array of emotions. A lot of anger, a lot of fear, a lot of, like, the relief of seeing you again. And then she just goes, "We have a lot to talk about." And then she, like, flops onto your chest, not like giving you a hug, but like accepting a hug.
Hug.
Okay. So you hug her and you just feel her sigh a little bit. She didn't accept, like, a lot of affection and allowing you to take care of her when you guys were growing up, so, like, this is a little odd, but you also just feel the palpable relief in her. So. I do need to tell you something, though.
Yeah, what is it?
I don't know if you necessarily want me to tell you this and all your friends, although, but I just found out. You see, I had the lady look into things for me, and it was part of me agreeing to be her nanny and to come here and to take care of Amelie. Although I love you, Amelie. Like, please. I really wanted to, like, take care of you, okay? But she was agreeing to help me look for you. And in looking for you, I discovered some information that you might not like.
I'm sure it can't be anything worse. The 4 years. Please tell me.
You're not my brother. You're my cousin.
Blossom's gonna let out a large gasp at this moment, be like,
Dramatic sigh.
You know how we were told that uncle and aunt were estranged and then they passed away?
Yeah.
You're their son.
Oh.
And that
No,
okay,
that
Blake?
can't be right.
Like,
that's why father didn't like you nearly as much as me and why he treated you like shit.
No.
And
Surely you found something wrong, right?
no, the Lady Beckham's connections are really good here. So, there's information. I think that I told her to keep the papers because I didn't want them because, well, I know that we have our differences and differencing opinion on political things and the guilds and all of that stuff. It took me a while. I was angry, but you're still like a brother to me, so I had her keep the papers. It's probably in her office somewhere.
I knew it. I mean,
wait.
sorry.
Aha.
So,
Just like
I'm just gonna keep getting closer to, without saying anything.
quietly tumbles to the floor.
Amelie
Doesn't
kneels.
know what to do.
Amelie kneels next to you.
I mean, I'm right here with her.
No, not
Oh,
Amelie.
right.
Sorry, Amelia. This is what I very purposefully made their names similar because I thought it was cute, but I knew I was gonna fuck it up at some point.
Yeah, that happened.
Amelia kneels next to you, and she kind of just, like, plops down resigned, and then puts an arm around your shoulder and, like, pulls you closer to her, and you just, like, lean on her shoulder. And you have a moment, both of you just staring at this door. A little in shock. What are the rest of you? How are you responding?
I'm just edging closer, staring at them, contemplating joining in on the group hug.
I'm just playing with Amelie, seeing how she's doing.
It's like, you know, when cats get that look, like they can't help but like do. That's like Blossom right now. She's kind of like, trying to hold herself back, but strong emotions always like get her riled up.
So I just imagine Blossom kneels and is like, Amelia's like, I'm sorry, I don't hug people I don't know.
We know each other now. My name's Blossom. And then I'm gonna look to Blake and be like, you?
Response.
Blake's in shock.
Blossom, I think you should respect their space.
Blossom,
right.
come play with Amelie.
There are papers to be found, and I'm gonna walk over towards this office and kind of maybe go back in here and sort of look at the journal that I found.
Cool.
I'm gonna join her.
We'll leave Blake and Amelia sharing a moment, kind of processing through this as you guys step back in. Amelie like looks like she wants to go comfort her nanny, but then realizes she has someone and smiles and then like scampers after you. So
cool.
And then
I look at her and be like, "Do you want to look at this journal with me?"
Yeah.
I'll kind of whisper it to her, and then I'll kneel down and we'll pull it out and sort of all huddle around it. I imagine.
Yeah. Okay, sounds good.
We'll all read it.
So you read through a journal. So are you reading through? There's like a couple of notes on top of the journal, and then there was a journal. Which one are you reading first?
I could open the actual journal first, but maybe I could hand the notes to.
I'll read the notes, and then when I'm done, I'll read the journal.
Okay,
and we're all close enough that we can kind of cross-reference.
Perfect.
Put on
the
floor between us.
Perfect. Cosrius, what are you doing?
Cosrius is sitting kind of close to the wall.
Okay.
Is sort of watching.
Are you sitting on the floor?
The show floor.
Yeah.
I just love the fact that the gay agenda of sitting on the floor, I'm here for it.
Floor gang.
Although,
Yep, floor gang.
It's for sadness.
It is. Yeah.
Feels bad. Feels bad for listening in.
So as Asmodeus, as you go through the papers, it's really, you open it, you recognize the familiar symbol that's kind of like haunted you for a while. You open it and you see that there's notes indicating that the passcode for the door is "Let secrets rain poison," and that you will need to present a symbol of Anasi to open the portal within. And that it's a little bit better if it's like actually a full-on physical symbol and not just like a drawing of it.
Wait, so what is the thing?
I dropped it in the Roll20. So there's... here, I'll drop this whole thing. So the notes indicate that the passcode for the door is "Let secrets rain poison." And that in order there's a portal within that you need to present the symbol, and that it's better if the symbol is physical.
Right, like an actual representation.
Like, I don't know, medallion or like a casting tool.
The necklace we found.
No, I get what she's hinting at. No, we're good.
No, the necklace you found didn't have a symbol of Anasi on it.
No, it didn't.
So that's what you kind of pick up on.
Blossom. Yep. Pocket those notes.
Blossom, as you read through the journal, I need you to make me an insight check. Just so I know what information to give you here. Ooh. Holy shit! Oh. That is a natural 20. Okay.
20, let's go.
So
we suddenly get smart.
As you're reading,
Amelie is really helping me out here.
Actually, I feel like you're gonna pull it's a character choice. I'll let you choose what you do with the information when I start to give it to you.
Okay.
Because this is the child reading about her mother. So you read a lot of interesting information. This seems to go back about a year. You read a lot of interesting information that talks about going-ons in Salston and how she was excited to be having her own position as the kind of minister of trade here, as opposed to like her husband being passed over. And with a lot of the information that you get the sense that she does not like her husband. She speaks a little bit with contempt about the Lord. And she talks about a weird dream that she has with words put in her brain and just feeling exhausted and horrible the next day. And you get the sense as the writing shifts after this mention of the dream, and what you know in terms of just like the influence and who this person is, that maybe she was influenced. That maybe it wasn't just her. And she talks about this Anasi figure a couple of times. And it's intriguing and weird. And you get the sense, especially with a nat 20, that maybe she's like not fully in her own right mind as a result from this dream and letting something fester. You also get a secret later on that's kind of like angrily scrawled about getting proof that her bitch-ass husband is cheating on her. As well as you find notes about Amelia looking into her brother and revealing that her father had lied and that Blake was her cousin and where Blake's location is, as well as specific papers that prove that. That were kind of tucked in there. So, is there anything that you're concealing from Amelie?
Yeah, so I'll try to like not point out the parts that maybe, like I won't mention that maybe she's influenced by evil here. And we'll kind of like point out the stuff about Blake and be like, oh, maybe we need to show this to Blake.
Okay, so why don't you, for the sake of this, roll a distraction check. So I will let you choose deception or persuasion.
I was like, that's not a thing that I see on my sheet.
Zari, stop making up D&D checks.
Yeah, I'm like, distraction, that's one I didn't know, but I'm like, oh, I missed it all this time. Sorry, which two?
I will let you choose
Deception
between
or persuasion?
Yep, deception or persuasion.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I will go with persuasion.
Okay, so easily enough, you distract this child with the talk about she's very invested in Amelia. You get the sense that she loves her, like, so much. Like, Amelia was her first real friend in her brain, even though she is, like, an authoritative figure. And so you get the sense that she is very invested in Amelia. And so very specifically, by noticing that and distracting her with that, you do manage to conceal from her that, number one, her parents aren't faithful, and number two, that her mom is possessed or influenced. Right? So you managed to successfully not scar this child.
Good. Okay, that was the goal.
Alrighty.
Okay, so I like the stuff that I can see about Blake and Amelia or whatever, I found exactly. I think I would take that out and show them and see like what they do.
Okay. So, let's take a moment and cut back over before that happens. Okay. Blake, are you having any conversation with Amelia now that your companions have left? Or are you just taking a moment?
Say most of the way through, just complete silence, and then he'll say, so what now? I spent my whole life finding you and not even entirely true.
Yeah. It took me a while, especially with how things were left off, with Father telling us for years how horrible the guilds were and how they messed up all of the politics and the lords and went around them, and then the moment you leave, you immediately go for a guild. And it hurt me a lot, because like, I get it. I understand. Especially knowing now why Father was so horrible to you. It made me actually kind of question whether his logic was right. And I've been doing a bit of researching here into what the guilds actually do, and I mean, Lady Simona's pretty great goddess. So if she sponsors it, then I suppose, but so anyway, it took me a while. I had to come to terms with it. And that was part of the reason why I wanted to come here. Wasn't necessarily to find you per se, but was to be a little closer. So
Blake will chuckle a little and say, "Hey, Simona, I guess I should tell you this. We're investigating Lady Beckham because we believe she's a part of a cult."
she like blinks at you,
Yeah.
like the big blink. What?
Some sources from the Thieves Guild saw her go down in the sewers and talk to a sign of a Nasi before going through the wall.
Who's a Nasi?
It's a cult goddess about poison and secrets. Lady Simona at least really doesn't want her in power.
Alright. I mean, she's not here right now. She's out of the house. And that should tell you a little bit about... I mean, what self-respecting lady of Salston leaves the house at 2 a.m. in the morning? Right?
Shit. Right. Oh god.
She's been acting weird. I mean, she was a great lady. I've been with the family for a couple of years now. And other than she found out her husband's cheating on her, he's kind of an asshole. So, like, I didn't blame her, and she's shifted and become angrier and a lot more obsessed with proving herself, but she doesn't talk to me much. I just take care of the child, but she is withdrawn from the child completely. And poor Amelie, she needs a mother and a father, but the father's too busy messing around. It looks like she was trying really hard to continue her noble, like, lady training and not cuss there. Messing around with other women, and her mother's too self-involved in her own petty revenge and climb to power that she's been forgotten. And so I've just been loving on her.
Thank you.
Well, I'm in town for... Well, I was supposed to be in town for another couple months, about 2. But if you're gonna prove that Lady Beckham is, you know, part of a cult, then... I mean, I think we're allowed to stay here, but we might need to go back. It's no place for a kid without one of her parents. But
Looking for you then again. Whether we're siblings or cousins, at the end of the day, you're my relative. Really the only one I have left.
yeah. And despite what Father says, I'm still willing to be here. I want to be here.
So I
I-
guess I call him Uncle then, huh?
Yeah, I guess. But once... Well... Don't fail, because if you fail, you probably might get in trouble. And that wouldn't look good. But once you succeed, I will need to take Amelie probably back home, and then maybe I could come back. I like the city. Although I don't want to leave her. We'll figure
leave
it
her.
out.
I'll look for you.
Okay. It's a problem for future us.
We always had our sights on the present.
Yeah.
Alright. He's gonna begin standing up.
Yeah.
I have a job to do when you have someone to look after.
Are your friends safe? They've been... I mean, Amelie seems to like them.
I feel like this
Some
would be
of
the
them are a
moment where
bit
Blossom
loose in
would
the
bust
head,
through
but
the door.
they're alright.
Alright.
They're what in the head?
What?
Nothing.
She's
Yeah,
just
sorry.
like looking at you.
This is the moment we walk in, I say. So we found something interesting.
Yeah, before we leave, I'm gonna grab the vial that was in the fireplace and then walk back with them.
Okay. Are you leaving the fireplace open or are you shutting it?
No, I'm gonna close it all and
Okay.
pocket the key if it's still in the keyhole. Pocket the key
Okay.
and join the group.
Okay. So you all...
with Amelie, yeah.
Yeah, you all reconvene.
Yeah.
Go on my back probably.
Probably.
Just before we leave the room. Here, a gift for you, Amelie. And, Cosrius hands Amelie the lapis lazuli.
Aw. She looks at it, she looks at you, and she looks at it, and she goes, it matches.
It does.
Aww.
It's for me?
It is.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. And she, like, puts it,
You're
like...
very welcome.
She looks so smiley and happy. And she, like, holds it in her hand, and she's not letting it go.
Oops. I'm like looking at the complete wrong character sheet, and I'm like, what are these things?
Oh my gosh.
Whoops.
Okay, you all reconvene in the empty noble's bedroom.
Oh,
Hi.
you found anything or?
Yeah, I did.
Yes, we found the passcode. We can.
Yeah, I found the passcode.
we
Yeah,
got
we
what
all
we came
did.
for.
Mhm.
Are you okay?
Do you need a minute?
Squints at them.
Yeah, do you need a minute? Or are you good? Or
Thank you, but I'll be fine.
me?
Sure. Do you need a hug? You look a little.
I like hugs.
Like,
Yeah.
you look a little.
Amelia's-
rough around the edges.
Amelia's squinting at Blossom and then, like, does the, like, protective little sister thing where she steps in between you two and is like, do you have intentions?
Oh god.
No, I just want to comfort my friend.
Just your friend?
I mean, you don't know Rivulette, so I mean,
I guess I
Well,
should
he's
introduce
not my
everyone to you.
boyfriend.
sure.
I take it back. Maybe I do have intentions, and then I'm gonna
What?
stand right in front of Blake.
Yeah, she's like trying to keep her body in between you two. It gets to be this really awkward, like, Amelia sandwich. She's a little bit shorter.
And then I'll be like, oh,
Cosmos
Amelia, you
just
have
has a
really
defeated
nice
look.
eyes.
Oh, thank you? She looks a little thrown off.
And then I'm gonna be
I
like,
guess I
so
should
anyways, and then I'm gonna.
introduce
There was that page about
This-
what they
this-
said. I'm gonna hand it
this
to
thing,
Blake and be like, you should read this.
Oh, why the notes? Yeah.
I'm gonna begin reading it. I'm gonna realize it's the documents Amelia said. I'm just gonna close it and give it back.
I don't want it. It's
I
not
really
mine.
don't need to see that.
I'll take it. Or we can give it back to her.
What idiots then?
Or we can do, then on the way out, I'll see if she wants it. back.
Here. And she, like, takes it, and she stomps back into the office, and she tosses it on the coals. And then she stomps
Yeah,
back
I
over
can't
and says,
remember.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what magic medicine tests tell us that we're not siblings, because we are.
Oh, that.
Cosmos perks up a little bit. Like, oh.
Aw. Yeah. So
Wah.
I should
They were worried.
with everyone.
Mm-hmm. We were all worried.
Amelia, this is awesome. Asmodeus and Cosrius.
And she,
Been
like,
helping me.
I do a formal
Very
bow.
nice to meet you.
you see, like, the noble
friend.
training. She does a very sweeping curtsy. It is nice to meet you as well, although in different, settings. I was informed of your quest, and you, like, know that she knows, but she's trying to refrain from saying it in front of Amelie.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'll keep an eye on things here, but I need to make sure this little one gets back to bed.
right. Yes.
Before she goes back to bed, I'm gonna ruffage through my bag and get out one of the plays I've been in and give it to Amelie. That she likes reading.
Book?
Uh-huh. Just for you.
I haven't read this one.
I was in this.
You were in it? What do you mean
We
you were
did
in it?
We made it into a stage production and I was in it in a few towns over.
Oh, that's really cool.
So I wanted to give it to you.
Thank you. I'll remember you guys. Can we see you? Can I see you again?
Of course. And I'm gonna
Yes.
try to tell her where we live.
Okay. She's
live at
like
the
listening,
guild
and
house.
you watch Amelia like smiling over her shoulder and is like taking stock, and she goes, "Yeah, I know where the guild is. Maybe
Alright.
we'll visit you in a couple of days when."
You come over anytime, and
Anytime you
I will
want.
teach you how to work with bigger swords. You know,
And I can
Swords?
teach you
make a special one for you.
And
I can teach you the bow.
Amelia's now like realizing
Maybe we don't need to teach her that.
Yes, we do. We need
that
to.
Amelia or Amelie is holding
Later.
a dagger, and she's like, "Where did you get that?"
I think this would be
I'd
the
grab
time where
it.
Blossom would give her something to put it in and be like, "Oh, right, safety," and then give her something like wrap it around her waist so she can like hold it neatly.
You not have a sheath for the dagger?
I know, right?
You do.
I did. I just didn't give it to her.
You
What?
do.
Okay.
You give her a
She
sheath.
just had an open dagger this whole time.
Yep.
Oh god. Yep.
You give
That
her
was
the
plan.
sheath, and you see Amelia's like looking like vying to try to figure out when to grab for it, and then Amelie goes, "No, it's mine. It was a present. I want to keep it. I'll be responsible. I'm very responsible. You know, I'm super responsible. That's what
very
everybody
responsible.
says. I'm responsible and precocious." And not precarious, but doesn't precarious kind of mean? No, that means dangerous. Never mind.
Yeah.
And I will be responsible, and I promise I will not take it out of the cover thing until Blossom teaches me.
Until we
again.
practice more. Yeah, and then I kind of nudge her a bit, and I'm like, "Yeah, good one."
And I'll
Like,
teach you
just
the
like-
bow later.
Like, are you serious right now?
And I'm just like, Blossom's just grinning madly, like, "This is amazing."
You see Amelia sigh, and she goes,
And then she's like, "Now I understand."
Yep.
Blake's comment from earlier.
"Do you promise that you're gonna keep it in the sheath? Promise." And Amelie's like, I promise. And I will hide it in my hiding spot. And it will stay there. It's a present, please. Please, look, I got presents from all of them. I don't
Yes,
want you to take away
please.
one.
She's gonna love it. I just know it.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
I mean, at least my present can't kill someone.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, so
Oh my
it's straight up like huge, gigantic puppy eyes, and then huge, gigantic like kitty eyes from Blossom, and they're just like looking at Amelia with this like the begging. And she finally, you see the moment she cracks, and she goes, "Fine, but you promised."
And then we both look and go do a little like, "Yes."
Yep, you do. And she like hugs you, and she goes, "Okay,
Aw.
I'm going to bed now." And she like puts the sheath on top of the book, and she like puts her gem on top of it, and she steals a blanket cape around her shoulders, and she like rushes and scampers to the door, and she turns around, and she looks back at you and goes, "Good night. I'm glad you're my friends." And then she like grins and runs back into her room.
Aw.
I can't wait till she's old enough to hold the big sword.
And I can teach her the bow, and it'll be great.
You really don't need to teach her that.
Yes, we are.
How else is she gonna learn? Are you saying she's naturally talented? That's even better.
That's better, yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, you
Totally
should have mentioned
better.
that earlier.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would have
my
given her 2
gosh.
daggers.
Our friend's good.
I would have
for-
given her a short bow.
Amelia leans over and gives you one more hug, Blake, and then she grins and says, are you able to lock the window behind you?
We should be able to.
All right. I'll run through after I get Amelie in bed and just make sure that everything's buttoned up. So.
And the guards won't notice us leaving, or?
I
have
don't
to
know.
sneak
You're gonna
out.
have to figure that out.
Alright.
Yeah.
Just wanted to
I
ask.
think we're on our own for that.
All right.
Back to being quiet.
So you watch as she like kind of walks back after Amelie, and you can hear them talking as you sneak out the window and lock it behind you. I'll just say you can do so easily enough. And you hear like Amelie's very excited voice and Amelia just like very calm and quiet and like talking her through it and calming the child down before bed. And like one moment of like, and they're heroes like in the stories. How cool is that? And as like this conversation's happening that you're kind of just overhearing in the background, for the sake of things, let me just do something quickly. I'm rolling you guys a luck check.
Ooh.
Yeah, easily enough. You got 73% chance. So we'll say that is. Yeah, I rolled really low. So with that, you managed to, using the same timing that you had last time, you had it kind of figured out, so it's a little bit easier now. But you managed to abscond over the wall, into the tree, over the wall. The guards don't seem to notice you, and you hearing just that little cheerful voice in your head.
Aww.
And they were heroes.
Aww.
And that's where we're gonna end for tonight.
Aww.
Because you said she thought we were heroes.
We have
Aww.
a friend.
I could quit today. You know, I'm not going to, but I could.
Alrighty.
Before, Blake leaves the house. He's
Okay.
gonna, like, real quick go to Amelia and just say, I don't know if you still play the instruments, but here. And he's gonna give her a horn.
Aww. Okay, she looks like she's about to cry, and then she's trying really hard not to, and then she like sniffles it and goes, "Yeah, I still play. Thank you.
You're welcome. And good night.
Good night. I'll see
Just
you
gonna
in a few
scamper
days."
away.
Okay. She looks a little awkward, but then she turns around and you like see her shoulders shaking like she's straight up crying.
Aww.
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 And you abscond into the night. Heist complete. Congratulations.
Yay.
And we're going to end there for tonight. So if you're following along with us on YouTube as well as on Twitch, thank you so much for listening in. We will see you next week for the next session. The group is diving back down into the sewers with their newly procured word to try to go clear out some cultists and get to the bottom of this. So we will see you next time. So thank you so much, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your evening. Leave a like if you enjoyed this, and let us know what we did well and what you want to see next time. Alrighty. Okay, goodbye, YouTube.
Bye.